Hi there, Parker Kligerman here, coming to you from the Kyle Busch Motorsports Shop, although it doesn't look like it because behind us we have this wonderful fish tank display that we like to call the Rick Ren's Caribbean Castle. Not sure why, but it's his, he loves it, and Nemo's in there somewhere. See if you can find it during the program. With us today we have a special guest in Byron Daley. Byron Daley is a professional sim racer on iRacing, who I happen to sponsor in the NASCAR, help me out?
iRacing.
Drivers World Championship, is it not?
No, that's what it used to be.
Okay.
We've changed it so many times, it's funny. It's the NASCAR iRacing Series World Championship.
That's too much to say, so I'm going to say the NASCAR iRacing Series. It's an official NASCAR series, and Byron last week was at Darlington and finished 9th after starting from 33rd. Very impressive start to the season so far. You're up to where in points?
We're 14th in points.
14th in points. That sounds large, or a large number, but I will tell you there's some of the 50 best sim racers in the world competing for $10,000 at the end of the year. With that said, we've got some special questions for Byron, so we'll bring you in here. First off, you come from the racing hotbed. I mean, we have seen racers come from many years from this area, New York City. How did you get into racing?
Well, I gotta say, it was probably the most random thing ever. My dad was watching ESPN. It was 2001. They were going through a bunch of highlights of like every single sport you could possibly think of, and they came across NASCAR. It started like showing the cars racing on the track. I don't know how old I was. I have to do some math, so I'm not going to do it right now. But I was just like, I want to do that. From that point on, I was just hooked.
That's actually funny, because I was the same way. I found racing through Speed Channel. So, actually, I did not know that about you. Alright, we're going to go into a fun question next. Hottest girl in the world to you? Can't be your girlfriend.
Off the top of my head, the last time I saw her was a Transformers movie, Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, that's a good one. I like her. I like her a lot. For brunettes, I like her a lot. Alright, with that said, people out there that are watching this don't quite know what sim racing is. What separates sim racing from your normal Xbox or PlayStation game? Because obviously you guys are on the PC.
Well, sim racing, compared to like Xbox and PS3 and stuff, we have a wheel, we have our pedals, we got, we got everything that like you can have in a race car without actually having a race car. So we're not playing with controllers, or we don't have things that like easily reset, say that way. Like on Xbox games, you can go smash into the wall and the car is fine. Our cars break when they hit the wall, stuff like that. It's to try to represent real racing the best you can in a simulation, and that's pretty much the differences. It's just more serious.
I absolutely know every time I've done it, I sweat more in sim racing than I do in a real race car. It possibly gets me more excited and nervous. I've never come to many restarts in a real race car where I'm nervous. It's iRacing, I'm usually nervous because I don't want to get yelled at by the 12-year-old kid in Minnesota that I just wrecked his race. So, with that said, when it does go wrong, and when you do wreck someone or he wrecks you, how do you retaliate? Do you send them an email virus, a Trojan to the internet? Since you're on the internet, how do you get back at them?
Well, we don't send each other viruses. This isn't a war, but it's pretty funny the way people get back at each other. You kind of just accidentally, on purpose, stuff the guy in the fence. You don't make it intentional looking because you'll get in trouble for that. They'll suspend you. They don't like that.
We know nothing about that around here. No.
So you get under the guy, you get a little loose. You kind of plan it, and you kind of just wash up the racetracks and the wall.
Yeah, I got it. That's sly, and it's I like it. It's very similar to what we have to do. Although if I could send a couple drivers an email virus, if I could get their emails, I probably would right now. Absolutely send them an email virus. I hope their computer eats all their music or something. With that said, I know what it's like to drive for a driver as an owner. What's it like for you to have a driver as a sponsor? Is there any more pressure, less pressure? How do you feel this helps you or doesn't help you succeed at the level you're at?
I feel a little bit more pressure, only because I feel like I'm representing you on the racetrack. Like having Parker Kligerman on the hood, I gotta run well. That's the way I see it. Even in normal races, like we have some fun races we do. I'm like, I got Parker Kligerman on the car. Gotta run well. Gotta show him that Parker Kligerman is man. So
rock on. This is a good interview. We should do more interviews like this. I like this one. It's obviously an ego boost. All right, quick questions. Your favorite Cup driver?
Favorite Cup driver, Tony Stewart.
Wow, that's odd. I'm sorry, I didn't know this was sitting here. Is that?
That's a little.
Oh,
awkward.
that's not Tony Stewart. That might be Kyle Busch. Oh, and Samantha. Do you want to apologize?
I got to apologize to him. You know.
Yeah, I
Kyle's
think
the
you
man.
should. He's sitting there. You know, I mean, it's there for a reason. All right, your favorite nationwide driver?
Let's see. That's a pretty tough question. You know, there's a lot of good drivers out there. The guy sitting next to me is pretty good. I think I gotta say
He's real 7th place at the moment. We have to be 7th place in points. And lastly, this is a question we all get asked as real racer drivers, so I've got to ask you, how do you go to the bathroom during a race?
Oh man, there have been some funny stories that people have done some crazy things. Not me. I make sure I go to the bathroom right before the race. I'm not doing anything insane. I've heard of guys using Coke bottles and stuff. That's not me.
Uh-oh. Well, you know what? I have an embarrassing story. The only time I ever actually had to go to the bathroom in a race situation, and I had to actually go, was during a sim race back when I was about 14 or 15 years old, and I had a trash can next to me, a plastic trash can, and I went to the bathroom with a trash can, and then threw it out promptly after the race. But I was going to win that race, and I believe I won. So I was excited about that. With that said, it's been great having you on. Thank you very much. Good luck this whole season, and all our viewers out there, thank you for joining us. We have more installments like this coming up. But most importantly, follow Byron throughout the season on PSR TV and the NASCAR iRacing World something championships, Driver World Championships, that's what we call it. Hopefully he's the champ come the end of the year.